Okay. All right. So pushing along, our top 10 is interesting at the moment because we've got a bit of a log jam. I've actually added in a couple of the systems that we're running or we're testing on the Renko, and I added in the continuation 200 V2 Renko. Now I will send this out to everybody to have a look at, or I'll actually post it on the Renko. I'll open up the Renko training and the V2 training for the Renko, and I'll post a board up and add that to it. So this is for soybeans. It's a soybean strategy. I've just gone back over the last couple of months and added the results in from its back testing, and now it's being tracked and tracking live. But these results here from back testing. So if you do download the version, it's only just now being tracked live. So don't. It's not a market you're going to start trading live straight away. I would do what we do with our due diligence. Due diligence. I would download it, uh, track it for a couple of weeks, even a month if you have to, just to make sure you're getting good results and it's been robust. And then when you're comfortable with it and you've made the custom changes that you need to make in relation to your risk and your profile, then you might consider trading it. So, but it looks pretty good. As I said before, I've entered in the data and it's sitting nicely in our top five. So that's an interesting little outcome for that strategy, and it does look pretty good. It's quite a neat little system. So I think that we're going to find that some of these strategies do pretty well, and it's making new equity highs, which I like. It's got its commissions and slippage built in. This one hasn't, but the other version I've got it has. So it hasn't got a lot of trades. I'll add those to this version of it. It's only got 47 trades. So you can imagine the brokerage there is not going to affect that too much at all. And the slippage I've added in there is a point per trade each side. So I think it knocked it down to around about just under 14k. It was sitting there at 15, so I took about $1,500 off that profit, but still quite profitable. And as I mentioned before, the great thing with this is that the average trade net profit is massive. So when you get a system like this with very few trades, it's not taking a lot of trades, and it's going to, even if you have a bit of slippage, even if it's outside your scope of your testing, you can weather that a little bit. So it's sitting quite nicely there. So that's one that was interesting. I'd like you to have a look at that, and if you can kind of improve it, fantastic. That would be great, and share that with the group. A couple of the other ones that are doing really well, as I mentioned before. This thing here just seems to just keep ticking along nicely. This is this momentum 51, and it's just a nice little system. It's been a little bit jaggedy, like it hasn't really kicked into gear and been outstanding, but it's just been very consistent. And it's had a couple of big weeks, but it just does well. It goes through a bit of a losing cluster, and then it'll just strike out and bring in some big trades and big winning trades. So it's quite a nice little system, and it's on crude. We all know that crude is becoming a very popular market for us to trade. So for those of you who like something that's been tracking nicely for a long time, this is a very good one. So this has probably earned its place in our top 10 as one of our best systems at the moment because it's consistent. Well, it is our best system at the moment. So if consistency is anything to run by, this would be this is our number one, and based on profit as well. So I'm going to add in the V2 Renko systems, the trend, the continuation trader. We're going to be releasing the breakout shortly. These systems and the W trader, these systems are going to probably start to creep into our top 10, and it'll be interesting to see how they track over the coming weeks and see how much performance and profitability they add to our systems. The other ones that I'm going to add in obviously are a pin bar reversal. So we're going to add those systems in, and once we've done our testing, we'll add them in and start tracking. And remember too that what I'll do within this, I'll upload this grid tomorrow, and I'll make sure that I need to put in here just as a reminder that some of these systems are very new. So if you see a new tag in some of these columns, it's to alert you to the fact that you need to do your due diligence and you need to track the system for at least 4 to 6 weeks. It's not one that you would, so new as in newly developed, newly being tracked with us. So when you see that, it's not one that you would download and trade straight away. Whereas the other ones have had some time and tested, and they're good to go. These new ones need to go through their period of testing. So that's a bit of an update on our top 10. I'm sure there's going to be a bit of a shake-up to our leaderboard, but the Fortress Swing 71, Crude have been very good markets. This Momentum 51 has been outstanding. The Viper 5, which is gold, another one of Nick's strategies, it's done really well. It's been doing well for 6 months now, and it's good when you get a system that really hasn't been touched much at all. Like, I haven't done really any significant optimization on those systems at all, and they're just bouncing along nicely. So we will spend a bit of time. We will spend a little bit of time next Wednesday. We're back to Wednesdays next week. We will spend a bit of time going through the process of optimizing for week 41 and making sure at the end of week 41 and making sure that we've got our best strategies and our best inputs ready to go for the coming week. So we'll make it a bit of a habit as we roll into every 4th week that we go through and do a little bit of an optimization on one system, but also too, I'll provide you with the optimization files so you can track those as well. So thanks, John. Yeah, so that's probably going to wrap it up tonight. I was going to spend a bit more time going through the Renko stuff, but I've kind of getting close to the end of the session. I know it's getting late as well for a lot of our guys. So I might send a couple of emails out over the coming days just of our updated Renko systems. So I've done a fair few training videos, and I'll send out a number of videos for you to have a look at, just walking you through the continuation trader, which is tracking well. And this is the soybeans version. I've added a couple of different systems to what we have. So we've actually getting some nice strategies. I know the trend system has about 10 markets that we're tracking at the moment. So we'll do a bit of an update on that, and I'll send that out just for the Renko systems and compare that to. And I've already added obviously the soybeans in there, which is broken through to our top 5. So any systems that are pushing that top 5, I'll make sure that I highlight those so you can have a look at them. But I would keep an eye out for the link for the bulletin boards, because the bulletin boards will be where you'll be able to download the workspaces and start doing your own testing and customizing the systems to suit your trading plan and portfolio style. So guys, any questions before I go? Otherwise, have a fantastic week, and I look forward to collaborating and getting. So I know John's pretty keen to get in there and do some testing on the pin bar. I'm pretty keen to get in and do some more testing on the continuation trader. Our next session will be next Wednesday. So it was the only reason why I apologise for the late notice. The only reason for this week's change was that it was my son's birthday, so I couldn't miss that. So next Wednesday will be our next session. I'll send out a link with at least 4 or 5 of our sessions back to back. So we'll do our Wednesday session. We'll keep it fairly consistent. If you've got a suggestion on another time, let me know. We've stuck to this 9 o'clock time slot for Brisbane time, and it's been fairly good. That's it. So let me know if you because I know that we've got daylight savings now, and I want to be considerate to everybody. So if you're finding you're struggling with a time slot or anything like that, let me know and I can adjust things, or I can work something out. But either way, let me know how things are going, and we'll make the necessary adjustments if we need to. Otherwise, have a fantastic week, and I look forward to, as I said, sharing some of these strategies. It's getting quite exciting with the new systems, and there's a lot happening, and I think you're going to really enjoy the custom Renko systems. I'm enjoying kind of tracking them, and they're going really well. And the pin bar reversal looks fantastic. It's getting better and better, and we've got a couple of other little surprises coming as well. So all good things happening. So thank you for your time, guys. Have a fantastic week, and we'll catch you. We'll catch you in a week's time. Cheers.